I've given my all. I don't want to become President of France in order to have some kind of status. I want to change things, to meet the problems facing France and the French people.
Nicolas Sarkozy has always had drive, determination and an almost hyperactive level of energy. At 20 years old, he was a long-haired activist for the Gaullists. In this photo, he's protesting against a student strike. In 1981, he became head of the RPR's youth wing and publicly supported Jacques Chirac's run for the presidency. But Sarkozy's meteoric rise through French politics didn't stop there. At just 28 years old, he became mayor of the wealthy Paris suburb Neuilly-sur-Seine. 10 years later, he was appointed budget minister in the government of Édouard Balladur. In 1993, he had to deal with a hostage incident in a local primary school. He negotiated directly with the kidnapper. The school children were released. Sarkozy won plaudits for his bold approach. In the presidential vote of '95, he supported Balladur, but the winner was Jacques Chirac, and Sarkozy found himself outside of government.
Nothing's lost, nothing's gained. No more for me than anyone else.
It was at this time that he married Cecilia. They later had a son, and for years she was one of his closest supporters. They also made frequent appearances together in public. In 2002, he returned to the government as Minister of the Interior. As head of the police force, he visited some of France's toughest neighbourhoods and promised a zero-tolerance approach on youth crime.
You've had enough of this riffraff? We'll get rid of them for you.
2 days later, after the death of 2 young people in a Parisian suburb, riots broke out in several troubled neighbourhoods. The clashes with police lasted for weeks, and a state of emergency was declared in France for 3 months. But the difficulties only seemed to increase his determination. As head of the UMP party, he no longer made any secret of his presidential ambition.
When you shave in the morning, you must think about other things than the Interior Ministry. Don't you ever think about the presidential election?
Not just when I'm shaving.
In January, he became the UMP's official candidate, and from then on seemed almost unstoppable. The campaign was focused on his pet themes: security, jobs, immigration and national identity.
I'm reclaiming the right to be proud of France and of saying I love my country without being criticised by those who do nothing for their homeland.
Sarkozy offered up a picture of France made in his own image, where hard work, merit and authority are the key words. The majority of French people have decided to follow him.